you can smell the, I don't know, it's just noxious. Almost smells like car, like motor oil almost smell. So you can see in the back here now where they go across these hedges that this is all owned by a major company. Okay, so I'm gonna go down. Do I want to go down here? No. I'm gonna go this way. Behind me is a banana plantation. You can see that it's quite destructive to the environment. There's a lot of heavy dredging of the ground for irrigation, and during the day, if we were here, we would see workers applying nematicide. A lot of the pesticide use, so the aerial sprays, and have tremendous consequences on the insect populations, because you can imagine pesticides kill the parasitoids and caterpillars that we study. So it's hard to get people to really care about one small forest in Costa Rica that we've been studying for 20 years, but it's kind of like a harbinger for, I think, protected areas all over the place. Studies worldwide are showing that insect populations are declining, and we are exploring this question here as well because we have one of the few tropical data sets that catalog tritrophic interactions. So we have information on plants and caterpillars and parasitoids. So when we started exploring those questions, what was striking is that while we're expecting to see, this beautiful, rich, diverse assemblages over time, that we saw the interaction diversity also declining. Insect declines that we are witnessing, there's a lot of culprits, things like habitat destruction, habitat fragmentation, pesticide use, and one that we're exploring is global climate change. So things like not only changes in temperature or changes in precipitation regime, but like how are more extreme, so variability among climatic events, how are those impacting populations?
So this used to be an unbelievable forest. It's all gone. So this is what the tornado took out, one of the areas that it took out. This is the kind of gas that you would see naturally in the Amazon, but this forest has never seen a storm like that. Well, La Selva is just over 1,600 hectares. It's a peninsula. It's really just a fragment. And fragments of this size that are really small are in danger of losing species just because of their size. The other thing, of course, is climate change. When I first started working here in '91, I had never seen this soccer field underwater. But over the last 10 years, the weather's been more unpredictable. So what's happening here isn't that the floods are unusual, it's just that there's more extreme weather, there's more droughts and more floods. And Danny has actually looked at the weather data over the last decades here and found that there is an increase in extreme weather here at La Selva. And that really affects small insects. The other problem here at La Selva is that it's surrounded by agriculture, and some of that agriculture has intensified. So there's more pineapple plantations, there's more palm plantations, banana plantations. It's hard to imagine that would not have an impact on the insect populations here. It is really challenging to be an advocate for any small organism, something that's not a polar bear that's losing its habitat. But other species are going extinct. We're just one species. We shouldn't just care about humans. We should care about all species. At all of our sites, I work with locals because I can't be there all the time at all the sites, and also part of the idea is to train locals who have ownership in the project part of the idea is that they can take over a project and get funding on their own and train another generation of biologists to do similar work. So Beto had come to me, he was working in the shop, the taller, and he really wanted to do biology. Okay, una más con Hank. Hank, let's get a picture with you in here. Come here. Quick.
No.
Yeah, get next to Daisy.
Daddy!
Yeah. Okay, muy bien.
Ok, buenas. Mi nombre es Humberto García. Trabajo para Proyecto Orugas desde el año 1999. La conexión que uno llega a crear con el bosque es increíble para mí. Además de que es un área de trabajo, para mí en lo personal es algo muy bonito porque cuando uno sale a caminar por el bosque, la terapia que al menos yo recibo cuando muchas veces tenemos problemas y salimos y caminamos al bosque, podemos ver insectos, podemos ver plantas, podemos ver lianas, podemos ver diferentes formas y eso ayuda, no sé, me ha ayudado a mí en lo personal, en mi crecimiento, en la parte emocional, a despejarme, a vaciarme, como decimos. Entonces, yo salgo muchas veces como con más energía. Que comenzaron a destruir los bosques para plantaciones de piña, plantaciones de banano, fue disminuyendo. Por supuesto, porque cuando yo menciono plantaciones de banano y de piñera, pues a eso hay que agregarle los pesticidas que ellos ponen, que bueno, para nadie es un secreto y cualquiera puede verificar lo que yo digo, que lo que es en Puerto Viejo, en mi casa o aquí en la selva inclusive, hay días en que amanece el olor tremendo a pesticida porque el viento lo trae. Y creo que si uno lo percibe, los insectos creo que no son inmunes a... En realidad, pues, si nos detenemos a pensar, creo que esa parte que los científicos están desarrollando, no solamente en la selva, ni solamente en Costa Rica, sino a nivel diferentes partes del mundo, creo que es importante porque por ahí podemos encontrar tal vez no toda la solución, pero por lo menos parte de la solución. Eso es muy alentador de ver esas generaciones que van a aprender y se van a preocupar, porque creo que cada muchacho de esos va a formar 10 muchachos más. Entonces, ojalá y cada vez seamos más los defensores que los detractores, ¿no?
The ambient lab is where we will be rearing our caterpillars. I don't think we have any, I thought they might have some in here, but we don't have any in here. And out in the field, you're going to need, and we're a little short on markers. This is something that we always go through a lot. You do? Sure, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you, Heather.
While we don't know how insect populations are going to respond in the long term, and I would like to believe that that Mother Nature is very resilient and I can be hopeful of its recovery. I don't want to speculate on that. I don't know what the fate is, but what gives me a little bit of solace is the fact that we incorporate citizen scientists into our research, and the idea that we are sharing our stories and research with the youth, that's probably the glimmer of hope in all of this, is the value of educating the public and not limiting our research to scientific journals, that we're getting that message out to a younger audience, and that audience that ultimately will have the capacity to make decisions in the future. And I think that we work with a generation that has grown up with the idea that there are consequences to the previous generation's choices. So I think if we work with them and show them all the nuanced ways of which the prior generations impacting Mother Nature, that maybe they will be more proactive in making better choices.